What was the worst announcement your school had ever made? It started with a fire drill that wasn't on the schedule. We were halfway through third period, Mrs. Klein's world history class, where the clocks ticked louder than her lectures, when the alarm went off. At first everyone groaned. Another surprise drill, probably to meet some district requirement, but the teachers weren't rolling their eyes like usual. Mrs. Klein just stood there, stiff as a board, her eyes not leaving the speaker above the door. We filed out like always, down the halls, out to the field. The January air bit through our hoodies, and everyone huddled in clumps. Teachers paced, counting heads with a little too much urgency. That's when Principal Dobson's voice came over the loudspeaker, not the school's, but the mobile PA unit they only used for assemblies. His voice cracked, not the audio, his actual voice. Students and staff, please remain outside. Do not attempt to re-enter the building. I repeat, no one is to go back inside. Murmurs swept across the field like a ripple in a crowd before a fight. People looked at each other. Was this a gas leak? A bomb threat? 10 minutes passed, then 20. The wind picked up and kids started shivering, but no one dared leave. We all stared at the school like it had become something alien, waiting for the next cue. Then Dobson walked out. No microphone this time, just his actual voice. Louder, firmer. Please listen carefully. I need to address something serious. Everyone, quiet down. No one spoke. Even the freshman boys stopped joking around. There has been an incident, he began. A serious violation of school safety and trust. His hands were shaking. It was the first time I realized Dobson was a person and not just a suit with a walkie-talkie. He took a breath. This morning, it was discovered that several hidden cameras had been installed in the girls' locker room. A girl near me gasped. Another dropped her phone. Dead silence. They were small, difficult to detect, and carefully hidden. Authorities are investigating. We are treating this as a criminal matter. All athletic practices are suspended until further notice. The field didn't erupt. It just buzzed. The kind of low, uneven buzz of people unsure if they should scream, cry, or throw up. One girl sat down right there in the grass and pulled her hoodie over her face. Another started yelling, asking if the footage had been leaked. That's when someone, no one ever figured out who, shouted, "Was it a student?" And Dobson flinched. He didn't answer directly. Law enforcement is involved. We're cooperating fully. That's all we got before they dismissed us for the day. It wasn't until that night that the rumors started. It wasn't a student. It was a teacher. And not just any teacher. Coach Halter. Track coach. Driver's ed teacher. Everyone called him Coach H. He was one of those guys who tried to be cool with students, who let you swear in front of him if you were funny enough. He bought pizza for his athletes. He drove a red Mustang and played classic rock during practice like it was his personal movie soundtrack. He'd been at the school for 12 years. The next morning, his parking spot was empty. They didn't bother pretending. Dobson came on the PA during homeroom and confirmed it. Coach Halter had been arrested. The footage had been on his laptop, labeled by date. We found out later that it had been a janitor who noticed something was off. An air vent slightly ajar in the locker room ceiling. He reported it because he thought it might be mold. He had no idea what he'd uncovered. The school shut down all locker room access for weeks. They brought in counselors. Parents pulled kids from gym class. Several girls transferred schools entirely. And the worst part, the announcement didn't come with closure. There was no final statement, no apology that made sense of anything, just a hole where trust used to be. Even now, years later, I'll sometimes meet someone from my high school at a bar or a wedding. We'll exchange the usual, "Where are you now?" stuff, but eventually someone always says it. "Remember the camera thing?" And every time it's the same reaction. A long pause, a bitter shake of the head, and the quiet mutual understanding that we all saw something break that day, something that never quite got put back together.